Guys, welcome back to another stream, and it's bad news. This is serious bad news. First, Jude Bellingham, then Declan Rice, and now Manchester City's move for Lucas Paqueta is on hold, and it's gone from looking like this deal was pretty much signed, sealed, and delivered to in the mud. And this is crazy, and this now puts City, in my opinion, in a very weak position. There's less than 2 weeks to go until the transfer window closes, and in my view, we are desperate now for an attacking midfielder that can create goals. Kevin De Bruyne is out until 2024. Bernardo Silva doesn't create much in the midfield, nor does Kovacic. So we are resting our whole midfield basically on Phil Foden, who's not played in that position for 4 years. This is crazy situation. And look, it's a little bit frustrating, to be honest with you, because now this is 3 targets that we've gone for, 3, and we've not got any of them. Jude Bellingham, Declan Rice, and Lucas Paqueta. Now, of course, there is still 2 weeks to go, so it's not full panic stations just yet. There is time to get players in, and I'm sure we'll talk about what players that could be in this stream. But what is going on? You know what I mean? We look at the news that's coming out here. Lucas Paqueta is now off due to confidential issues, according to reluctant Nico. Manchester City's move for Lucas Paqueta is on hold, and while the situation could change, there is currently a 90% chance that a deal will not happen. Now, some of you might want me to do this. I'm not right now going to go flying off the hook at the board. The reason I'm not going to fly off the hook at the board is because we don't know why this deal has fallen through. Apparently, it's due to confidential issues. So it's not going to be right for me to come on this stream now and start blasting Tiki and the board when we don't know. The deal could have been done. Maybe he's failed his medical. Maybe something's happened behind the scenes that was completely out of our control, right? So I'm not going to blast them just yet. I'm going to wait to see exactly why, because we will find out what the reason was that this deal has fallen through. There's no doubt in my mind that in the coming days, we will find out what has happened here. So I don't think it's right at this moment in time to go off the hook at Tiki. However, you can still ask some certain questions, not just general questions, not go sick. The fact that you've lost out on Bellingham, you lost out on Rice, and now you've lost out on Paqueta, that is obviously a little bit of a theme, and questions can be asked. You've still not replaced Ilkay Gundogan. You've still not replaced Riyad Mahrez, which, in my opinion, are 2 huge players. Kevin De Bruyne is out until 2024, and whilst I don't see Kevin De Bruyne being out until 2024 as a season ruiner, because I think that he'll come back when the season really starts going. The FA Cup isn't even played until 2024. The Carabao Cup, is a low-grade trophy, and we should be able to get to the late stages without him anyway. The Premier League isn't won in December, as we found out last year, and so long as we're not miles behind the title leaders, ain't going to be a problem. And the Champions League, we should get out the group stage without Kevin De Bruyne anyway. So I don't see that as a major issue. However, you still need to replace him with another player. We needed a player anyway before we got injured. This has just highlighted it. Kovacic is a great addition to the squad, but he was not the Gundogan replacement. And anyone that thinks he was the Gundogan replacement, nah, he's not. He was an addition to the squad to bolster the squad. If he was going to be a Gundogan replacement, we would have needed a player that was better going forward. So he's not a Gundogan replacement. So we've still not replaced Gundogan. We've still not replaced Mahrez. And now this deal has fallen through. Listen, it's a weird one. It's a strange one. We need to get these players in. I think that now that this deal has fallen through, the best thing that Man City could do and Tiki could do as part of the board is go and get this Jérémy Doku guy signed right now. There's now rumours that Tottenham are entering the race to sign Doku. And don't laugh. People be like, haha, why would he go there? Elise stayed at Crystal Palace. Caicedo went to Chelsea over Liverpool. Strange things have happened in this transfer window. So don't just go, oh, he's never going to go to Tottenham. He's going to go to City. Obviously, he will. I think he'll come to City. I think we will sign him. But that's just another hurdle now that we have to overcome. And we didn't overcome the Jude Bellingham hurdle. We didn't overcome the Declan Rice. We lost Gundogan because we messed around with his contract. We almost lost Kyle Walker. We lost Riyad Mahrez to Algeria. So I'm not going to be arrogant and go, oh, don't worry about Spurs. We're definitely going to get Doku. I think we will get him, but we need to get that deal signed now. There can be no. It happened to Danny. Remember Dani Alves a few years ago? We had that deal signed, sealed and delivered, but we just thought, oh, don't worry about the contract. We'll sign it when he flies to Manchester. The guy never flew to Manchester. I think he went to PSG. So I just think that we need to get this Doku deal signed straight away. And then if we get that done, that alleviates some pressure and some worry because we've got a player in who can play on that right-hand side. And to be fair, he can play left as well. But then we really, really need to take a deep, hard, focused look at what midfielder we need to be bringing into this team, because we needed one, in my opinion, before Kevin De Bruyne got injured. Kevin De Bruyne got injured, highlighted that and sort of raised the sort of levels at which we needed to act with the urgency. And now, obviously, the Lucas Paqueta deal, which is annoying because I didn't like it at first, and then I came around to liking it and I started to get gassed, has now fallen through. So we need to look at who can come in, what football player can come in and create chances for us, because we need to get someone in that can create. We need to get someone in that can create. We can't just have Phil Foden, because at the moment, in my mind, he is the only creative player in that midfield. Kovacic doesn't create, and nor does Bernardo Silva. So it's Foden. You know what I mean? You can't just have one player. You know what I mean? We've got Premier League, we've got Club World Cup, we've got Carabao Cup, Champions League. You know what I mean? We need more players. If Phil Foden gets injured, we are seriously in the mud then. I would accept that. So we need to look at who we can get, because we desperately need someone in. Let's have a look at some comments, man. Let's see what you guys are. Guys, get your comments in, man. I want to see what people are saying on this. Do you think that Phil Foden is enough in that midfield? Do you think that maybe I'm underplaying Bernardo Silva and Kovacic's attacking abilities? I really don't think I am. I really don't think they're very good at attacking, creating chances, in my personal opinion. And who do you think that City should be signing now? Get your comments in. I'll get some of them on screen. Karl says, Rodri is our most creative midfielder at the moment. I mean, it's funny that you say that, Karl, because he is a CDM, but you are actually spot on in that he is actually very, very creative. Yes, big up Najee. SHP says Foden injury is imminent. Kovacic is more creative than Foden. Valverde, but he wouldn't want to leave Madrid, so sign Barella. Foden is not enough, says Supreme. What else are you guys saying? We have to keep Palmer at all costs now. Well, listen, I think that this is just, I mean, what I would be doing now, if I was in the board of Manchester City, now that this Lucas Paqueta deal is on hold, I would immediately put all talks for any player in an attacking position to leave the football club on hold. That goes for anyone. James McAtee, Oscar Bob, Cole Palmer, anyone that plays in an attacking position. If there's any current conversations about a loan or a sale, I'm sorry, everything is on hold, because we have to put our club first right now, and we might be in a situation where we need them to stay. We really, really do. Sean H says, I'd like to see us go for Wirtz, obviously from Germany. Now, listen, a lot of people in the chat, you guys have been saying a long time, City should go for Wirtz, City should go for Wirtz, City should go for Wirtz. And the news that we're getting is that City do like Wirtz, and I think they've got an eye on him. But I just think, and I said, was it yesterday or I said on a stream or a couple of days ago? I've said it recently on a stream that I do think City really like Wirtz. We've had that from sources. City are keeping an eye on him. But I just think that they maybe thought that Wirtz was maybe a move for maybe a couple of years' time, maybe when Kevin De Bruyne left, maybe then get him in. Now, obviously, with this deal going on hold with Paqueta, will City accelerate that transfer for Florian Wirtz? Potentially. We know that City do like him. Big up to Darcy with the super chat. Says, what are we going to do now? This is dead. Well, this is what I'm asking. This is what I'm asking. I need names. I need names. Listen, I've seen a couple people in the chat say, João Félix says Andy Hoyle. He is available. I don't know, man. I don't know about João Félix, to be honest with you. I don't know if I'm feeling that, but who else is there? Who is better, Olmo, Wirtz versus Paqueta? Well, for me, Olmo is a bit more of a all-rounder. He can play anywhere across the front three. Wirtz is very exciting, but maybe I think City wanted to give him maybe an extra year of development. Honestly, I'm not just saying this. I really came round to wanting Lucas Paqueta. At first, I didn't really want Paqueta. I was like, don't really want him. But then people said, nah, LB, it's reactionary. Do some research, have a look at his games, watch him play, check his stats out. So I was like, right, okay, cool. And I did. I did exactly what people told me to do. And then I was like, yes, you know what? I made a mistake. I judged it too early. I'm all in for this deal. And now it's over. I'm actually pretty gutted, to be honest with you. See what other Pierre, Chelsea fan, says you could get João Félix on loan. I mean, I wonder if City will look at that, João Félix. I mean, I don't know if we could look at it. I mean, listen, he's a good player. He's great on the ball. He can create. I think he'd be actually a wonderful player to sort of develop under Pep Guardiola. But I don't know. something in me is saying, nah, I don't like it. And I don't know what it is. I'm not sure. Maybe it's just because he's not had a couple of good years. You know what I mean? He made a bad move to Atletico Madrid, then went to Chelsea and missed a couple of games and then didn't really see him at the end, to be honest with you, because no one was watching Chelsea because they were ass. Maybe it's just a case of because I've not seen him play properly for a few years, maybe I'm just like not really feeling it. But what I've got to put to one side is that ultimately, when he was at Benfica, he was an exceptional player. When he plays for the national team, looks very good. Has he been playing in the wrong teams? Well, you've got to say, yeah. He played for Chelsea last year. No player was going to play well for Chelsea last year the way that they were playing. And then before that, he played for Atletico Madrid, which was a terrible team for him to play in. So is it potential? Look, I think that he certainly, I guess, will be on the list. And if you can get him on a loan, that would take a little bit of pressure off because you're not having to shell out a load of cash. You can get him on a loan and assess your options. But I don't know. There's something just saying no to that, and I'm not sure why. I think it might just be because I've not really seen him play properly for a few years. I'm not 100% sure. Barella, I don't see us getting Barella. The news that I'm seeing on Barella is that he doesn't really want to leave Italy. So I don't think I don't think it's going to be a situation. Wirtz, a lot of people saying Wirtz, man. A lot of people are saying get Florian Wirtz. Valverde, I don't know about Valverde. I don't know. I like Valverde, but for me, he was more of a Bernardo Silva replacement, to be honest with you. Let me have a look at his stats from last year. Okay, Federico Valverde, 12 goals, 7 assists in 4,402 minutes. He's not the most creative player in the world, to be honest with you. That's a lot of minutes played, and he only got 7 assists. I think we need someone who is an out-and-out creator, and that's why I came round to having Lucas Paqueta, to be honest with you. I was like, you know what? I'm on this Lucas Paqueta hype train. I really sort of got on board with it. But right now, obviously, this deal is looking done. And like I say, we don't know fully what has caused this. Confidential issues. I mean, I don't know whether to really deep that too much because you don't know what it could be. It could be something really personal towards the player. You know what I mean? I don't want to be sitting here like going, what the fuck is that? And it could be something really personal. I don't think that's the right thing to do, to be honest with you. But I don't know what I don't know. It's got to be something on the player's side, surely. Maybe it's the first part of the medical. Maybe we've got his medical documents and we've seen something that we don't like and we're thinking, not 100% sure. Not sure. It's a very strange one. I don't think I've ever seen that before. A confidential issue. Has anyone in the chat, have you guys ever seen that before? A deal breaking down due to confidential issues. I don't think I can recall seeing a transfer ever breaking down for confidential issues. Let me know if you have, and obviously it'd be interesting to see what it turned out to be. Big up to Thanos with a $2 donation, says 150 for Kimmich. Yeah, but is he not a bit more defensive? I know he has actually got some good stats, Kimmich. He has got really good stats in terms of goals and assists. Are quite impressive for a more defensive type player. But are we not looking for a more creative player? Are we not looking for a creative attacking midfielder? Surely that's what it is. A couple of people mentioning Eze. I don't know, man. I don't know. In fact, let me have a go on players similar to Paqueta. I'm sure there's a website that gets you players who are pretty similar based on stats. Let's have a look. Okay, so this website ass, man. It's giving me Harvey Elliott. Don't talk to me about that. Why are you giving me downloads on Harvey Elliott? What's all that about? Guys, anyone know the website? There is a website. Is it FBref? FBref is the website, I think. Yeah, I think it might be FBref. Let me go on FBref. Gives me the players similar to him. Let's have a look. Is there any players on there that I know? Nah, some of these players, man, I'm just not moving. I'm not being moved by them, to be honest with you. I don't know. Keep your comments coming in, though, guys. I want to keep your comments coming in about players that we could potentially look at, and I'll go through them, man. I'll check them all out because we need a player at the end of the day. Enzo Lefy, French footballer, 23 years old, plays for Stade Rennes as well. Did he play at the weekend? If he did, I didn't really see him because, to be fair, I was focused on Jérémy Doku when I was watching the FC Rennes game. I did play at the weekend. Played 74 minutes. 15 assists, 142 games. Not sure, to be honest with you, bro. I don't think I've heard of his name, to be honest with you, Darcy. I really don't think I've heard of his name. Yo, big up MCFC for the super chat. Guys, keep your comments in, man. I want to see some names. Let's have a look. Isco. Fucking hell. Oh, my God. I mean, it tells you where we are, where that's not even a dumb shout. That is not even a dumb shout, man. It's time. It's time for the Isco. It's time for Isco. Jacob Ramsey from Aston Villa. Listen, I really like Jacob Ramsey, mate, but I don't know. I don't think he's... We should be... we need someone who's like a top baller, man, who creates all the time. We've got 2 weeks to go. Ansu Fati don't really play in that position, to be honest with you. Eze, a lot of people saying Eze. Should we deep... I was going to say, should we deep Eze? Should we have a look at Eze? Should we have a look at Eze's stats? Let's have a look, man. Right, okay, let me bring this on screen. Let me bring this on screen. Eze. Right, here we go. Eze. So, contract until 2025. So, he's only got 2 years left on his deal, which is not too bad, to be honest with you. 25 years old. Let's have a look at his stats last year. Bearing in mind, last year he was playing under Vieira, who had them not playing very well, so they might be a little bit skewed. Okay, so he got 10 goals, 4 assists. He played in every single Premier League game last year. Let me zoom in for you a little bit. He played in every single Premier League game last year. However, was subbed off and subbed on quite a lot and only played 2,644 minutes. So if we do the minutes by goals, he got a goal or an assist every 188 minutes, which was better than Lucas Paqueta. However, Lucas Paqueta had more assists, which I don't want to deep it too much, but are we looking for a player that creates a little bit more than scores a little bit more? Or are we going too much in depth there? They're not too bad numbers. Their numbers are not too bad, to be honest with you. He also got 20 minutes for England there as well. Let's have a look at his... can we look at his all-time minutes for Crystal Palace? Right, here we go. Let's have a look at his all-time minutes. So he's played 94 games for Crystal Palace in all competitions, 15 goals, 11 assists. That's 6,416 minutes. Let's have a look at the at those stats. So you do 26. Yeah, that's a goal or an assist in all competitions for Crystal Palace every 246 minutes. So it's not crazy numbers. It's not the best numbers in the world, but at the same time, it's also not the worst numbers in the world. And you do have to consider that he is playing for Crystal Palace. He's had some negative managers over the last few years. Obviously, Vieira didn't really play great football last year. So they're not the worst. They're only an extra 40 minutes on Paqueta. So it's not too bad. What we're saying, would you take him? I don't know, man. I don't know. I do like him. I do like him, to be fair. But is he at the level? This is what we've got to ask ourselves the question. Is he at the required level to play for Manchester City and create goals and assists? What you've got to do is you've got to think that, guys, we just won the treble. Players that come into our team need to be making us better. That's the question that you need to ask. Now, I like him. Let's check out Florian Wirtz, man. Let's check out Florian Wirtz. Let's check out his numbers. I just play his name. W-I-R-T. There he is. Right, okay. Let's get him on screen. Let's get his stats on screen. Florian Wirtz. Okay. Here he is, guys. So, contracted until 2027. So, this is going to cost a lot more money. He has an estimated transfer marked value of 85 million euros. Call it 70 odd million quid, but they might want more than that. He is 20 years old. Right-footed player. Okay, decent. Let's have a look at his stats from last year then. Florian Wirtz, stats from last year. Oh, he's played 1 game so far this year and scored. Nice to know. Right, stats from last year. He had a cruciate ligament rupture, so he only played 25 games in all competitions. He got 4 goals, but crucially got 8 assists. So instantly, when I see that, I'm thinking, this guy's a creative player because he gets more assists than goals. He plays in the attacking midfielder. So instantly, he looks decent on the stats. And by the way, if you watch his performances, he does look like a very, very good player. Okay, so he played 1,815 minutes in total, getting a total of 12 goals and assists. That is a goal or an assist every 150 minutes. That's very, 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 very good. Very, very, very good. And you've also got to consider he come back from a cruciate ligament injury. So he's come back and just hit the ground running. Look, he came back in 16 minutes, second game, got an assist, had a couple of blanks, although he did only play 20 minutes, and then boom, assist, assist, assist. So I think, personally, based on that, that is very, very impressive. Now, if you've never watched him, I'd highly recommend checking him out. Maybe check out a Leverkusen game, or if you've not got time to watch a full match, go and watch some highlights on YouTube. He's a very, very good-looking player. He really, really is, and he's very young. Now, there will be some people maybe have some concerns about the fact that he did have a cruciate rupture last year. But what I'd say is he's come back from that. He's played football for over a year now. I don't think it's a major issue. He also had it when he was young, so hopefully his body's been able to recover quite well. Let's have a look at his all-time stats at Bayer Leverkusen, guys. So his all-time stats, 104. Can I zoom in a little bit more? There we go. Okay, so 104 games, 24 goals, 30 assists in 7,517 minutes. Let's have a look at what that is then in goals per minute. So 7,517 divided by 54. That gets us a goals per minute ratio, goals and assists per minute ratio of 139 minutes. Listen, I've done these stats things for a long time. You know I do. Every time we look at a player, I always look at the stats and check it out, goals per minutes. Those numbers are some of the best numbers I have ever seen from an attacking midfielder. Ever. Now, okay, he's only played... Reason number one, never to mess with pens. You end up just getting pen on your hand. Now, he's only young. He's only played 100 games. So compared to some other maybe experienced players, maybe you might look at it and say, well, he's only played 2.5 seasons. Fair. Okay, I accept that. But these minutes are only taken from legit games. So it's not from friendlies. It's not from when he played in the academy. These are senior football matches. And he's played over 100. So it's not like he's only played 20 games, 30 games. He's played over 100 football matches. He played 7,500 minutes. Basically two full seasons worth of football. They are some of the best stats I've ever seen from an attacking midfielder. He has to be on the list now. He has to be on the list. Now, it's going to cost a lot of money. He's contracted until 2027. He's 20 years old. I've just said there's some of the best stats I've ever seen. There's a lot of potential. There's a lot of potential that this guy could go on and be one of the best players in the world in that position. So it's going to cost you upwards, in my opinion, of 85 million. As people in the chat have said, I already knew this. He has just signed a new contract extension. Are they going to want to sell? Is he going to want to sell after just signing a contract? Is he going to want to go after just signing a new contract? Possibly not. But the facts are, if you want the best up-and-coming players in the world, Florian Wirtz has to be on that list. Let's have a look at João Félix. Bit different player. I think there'll be a bit more of a split in the fan base on João Félix. I think there'll be some more fans who are a little bit maybe more reluctant to go out and get João Félix, in my opinion, just because there's something about him that just doesn't sit right. But is that unfair? Is that based on him making the wrong move to Atletico Madrid and then going to Chelsea? Maybe just trying to play some football and then just not having a great time. So he's contracted until 2027. He's got a transfer marked estimated value of 50 million euros. But I call cap on that. I call cap on that value. I think you're going to be paying upwards of 80 million still, in my opinion. They're not going to they signed him for 110 million or whatever it was. They're not going to let him go for 50 million. So I think it's going to be upwards of 80, 90 million quid for him. Right-footed player again. He's still young. He's still only 23 years old. So still got plenty of potential, and I'm sure he can recover his sort of form. Let's have a look at some of his numbers. Now, last year was obviously a bit of a skewed year for him, so just bear that in mind. Played some games for Atletico Madrid and some games for Chelsea. So let's have a look at his numbers. In all competitions, he got 9 goals, 3 assists, and played a total of 2,144 minutes, which gives him a goals and assists per game ratio of 178 minutes per goal or assist. It's not bad. It's good. They are still good numbers. For me, I sort of say, for an attacking midfielder, if you're getting a goal or an assist sort of every other game, which is anything lower than 180, you're doing good. You're doing good. But if you look at a player like Florian Wirtz, he's getting a goal or an assist every 1.5 games. Like, he's quick time. Do you know what I mean? Real quick time. Right, let's have a look at João Felix's record the year before, when he didn't have that messed up year of being loaned out to Chelsea. So that year, better year, 35 games, 10 goals, 6 assists. But that's only in 2,000 minutes. So if you do the numbers again, that's a goal or an assist every 128 minutes. That's better than Florian Wirtz. Granted, his is across his whole career. That's just for 1 year for João Félix. But they are very, very, very good numbers. Very good numbers. I also think that he'd probably suit us very well. I think he'd come into our team and hit the ground. Maybe not hit the ground running, but I don't think he'd need a lot of time. He looks like a very, very good player. But do you want to be splashing out? Would Atletico... Here's a question. Clearly not worked out for João Félix at Atletico Madrid, right? They spent a lot of money. I don't know why they signed him. And I don't know why he went there. It was a match made in hell. They don't play the football that he wants to play. And he got one of the most negative managers I've ever seen. So I don't know why they signed him. My question to you on this one, people saying get João Félix on loan. Would Atletico Madrid use this opportunity if Manchester City came calling to try and recoup some of their money? Would they say, because we're rich, right? Would they say no loan? If you want him, you got to buy him and try and get some of that money back that they've wasted on him. Now, you could argue, well, they didn't do that to Chelsea. They did that. That was in January, though. I wonder if we came knocking on the door, I wonder if they'd say, no, this is our opportunity to sell him and get some money back. I don't know. Pedro Gonçalves. How do you say his name? How do you pronounce his name? Goncalves, yeah? Goncalves. Now, funny enough, when I went on that website a minute ago to check out players similar to Lucas Paqueta, he actually came up. As a potential similar type of player. Who do you play for? Is it Sporting Lisbon? Who's he play for, chat? Is it Sporting Lisbon? Yeah. Afnan, I'm not going to answer your question, bro. If you answer it again, I'm going to have to time you out, bro. Please just respect my decision not to speak about it anymore, please. Sporting. Right, okay. Let's get it up on screen, bro. Right, so contracted until 2027. 32 million euros transfer value. However, I'm imagining we're going to have to pay a lot more than that. Chat, let me know in the chat if he's got a release clause. A lot of these clubs in Spain, Portugal have release clauses. He's 25 years old. Let's have a look at his record for last year. Whoo! What the hell are these numbers, man? Holy shit! Wow, we need to do some mathematics. 51 games, 20 goals, 15 assists. Right, we need to do some maths. We need to do some quick maths. Played a lot of minutes. Wow. Okay. Now we're talking. Now we are talking. A goal or an assist every 120 minutes. Holy shit. Guys, flames in the chat. Flames in the chat. Those are crazy numbers. Who is this guy? Let's check some more stats out. Let's check his all-time stats at Sporting Lisbon. Let's check his all-time stats. Okay, so let me zoom on this for you guys. Can you see that? Yeah, boom. Okay, so if we do, he's played 130 times for Sporting Lisbon. 58 goals, 34 assists. Oh, I need to do this. I need to do the mathematics. So he's played 10,274 minutes. 58 add 34. So 67. This is how I do maths, right? In my head. So 58 add 34. I do 50 plus 30, 60, 70, 80. And then do 8 add 4. So that's 10. Carry the 2, 92. Boom. Boom. Right, okay. Divided by 92. Wow. 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 Oh my God. Oh my God. This guy, yeah, Pedro Gonçalves, gets a goal or an assist every 111 minutes. It's almost a goal or an assist a game. Those are incredible numbers. Now, Mitchell in the chat, he is right, to be fair. He says, bruh. Oh, he doesn't say bro, he says brother. It's Liga Portugal. So that's a fair comment. So then what we have to do is, I was going to say we have to check his Portugal games, but he's only played 2 games, so that's a bit of a rip. Listen, at the end of the day, bro, we can only go off what we're looking at on here. You are right. People who are pointing out that it is Liga de Portugal are correct. However, listen, you can only go off what you can go off, and the stats are the stats. The stats don't lie. So I'm not 100% sure. You know, that's a difficult one. Bruno Fernandes had those numbers in Liga Portugal. Yeah. Kakare says Nmac. Is he not more of a defensive player? I remember looking at him. Why did or is he more of a, what is he? Is he? I've looked at Kakare before. Why have I looked at him before? What was the reason I looked at him before? I've checked his numbers before. What was the reason I did that? Kakare, is he not more of like a, I don't know. I've checked his numbers before. Kakare has 4 goals, 7 assists in 3,000 minutes. So yeah, decent numbers. About a goal involvement every 3 games. It's not too bad. Thiago Almada didn't. Yeah, he's a decent player as well. I think we've had a couple of links to him. I heard Gavi's unsettled. Why not him? Is he unsettled? I don't know. Where did you hear that, bro? If that's true, I love Gavi, mate. I think he's class. But yeah, I don't know. Barella. I mean, we can check Barella's stats and check his numbers and talk about Barella. But someone told me about a week ago, or I seen it somewhere. Defo's seen this, that basically he doesn't want to leave Italy. He's not that arsed. But you know what's funny, right? Do you know Mo from Never a Foul, Inter Milan fan? Some of you might know him. I did a preview with him for the Champions League final. I did a preview with him. And he's on Never a Foul. He does like other shows as well. Mo is called. He said, I did a stream with him last night, right? And this is interesting because he's an Inter Milan fan. And he said he thinks out of all the players in the world, City should go for Barella. He didn't want us to go for Barella because he's an Inter Milan fan and he wants Barella to stay at Inter Milan. But he says, based on what he's seen from Barella and Manchester City, he thinks Barella would be an interesting fit, or perfect fit. And I find that very interesting because he's saying that and he doesn't want it to happen. So that is sort of like unbiased opinion because he doesn't want Barella to go to Manchester City. He wants Barella to stay, but he just says as a footballing project, he thinks Barella would be perfect at City. So, but he also said he don't think he'll go. But we'll check Barella's stats in a second. Big up to Sahil. Yes, coming in with a donation. Says, LB, look at Desir Doué from Stade Rennes. Rique Puig from LA Galaxy. Both young playmakers and absolute ballers. Are we just going to raid Stade Rennes again? Are we just going to raid Stade Rennes? I'll do this Doué guy, because to be fair, you've sent a super chat. And then we'll have a look at... we'll take a look at... what's his name? Barella. Okay, so this guy that Sahil has pointed out. Okay, so very young, 18 years old. He's got a transfer market value of 15 million quid, and his contract expires in 2026. He's right-footed. Let's have a look at some of his stats. I'm just going to do this by the full club. So he's only played 35 games, 4 goals, 1 assist, but it is obviously off just a small sample size. Goal or an assist every 290 minutes, but obviously he's not played that many minutes. It can't really read too much into him. I don't think City are going to get him, bro. I think, obviously, clearly, you're looking at a player there that maybe needs an extra year or two before someone like Manchester City is going in for him. I'm not saying he's not good. You're probably right, bro. But I don't think City are going to go for an 18-year-old, in my opinion. I think they're going to want someone a little bit more experienced, in my view. You know what? Are you the first person to put this in the chat, Rahul? Are you the first person to put that in the chat? Because he's got some crazy numbers as well. He's got some crazy number as well. Let's have a look at Barella. There's quite a good debate going. In fact, let me do a poll in the chat because there's quite a good debate going on at Barella at the moment. I've seen some people saying get him in, he's a baller, and a few people saying he's not even that good. Would you want Barella at Man City? Right, poll in the chat, guys. Get your poll in the chat, and I will get the Barella numbers up now. But it's quite a divisive. And then we'll have a look at Piotr Zielinski because he's got some mad numbers as well. There's quite divisive opinions going on with Barella. I was quite surprised. Right, let's have a look. Nicolo Barella. Right, let's get his stats up on screen. So, here we go. He's got a contract until 2026. He's got a transfer marked estimated value of 75 million quid. But let's be honest, you're going to be paying 100 million. Let's just be honest, right? He's 26 years old and he's right-footed. Let's have a look at some of his numbers then. Let's start off with last season's numbers, and then we'll take a look at his all-time numbers. So, played 52 games in all competitions, 9 goals, 10 assists, picks up a few yellow cards as well, and that's 4,000 minutes played. So if we do the maths on that, 4,029 divided by 19, that's a goal or an assist every 212 minutes, which isn't bad. It's decent numbers. He's playing in Serie A, which is, it's picking up as a sort of league. So if you're comparing that to sort of Pedro Gonçalves, I still don't know how you pronounce his name, so I'm just going to call him Gonçalves for now. He's playing in the Liga Portugal, so his stats are a bit more inflated, playing in a lesser league. Let's have a look at his all-time stats, though, and we can see if it sort of improves. I don't think it is going to improve, though, looking at the numbers. He's played 187 minutes, 20 goals, 44 assists in 14,782 minutes, giving him a total goals per minute of 238. Now, you could maybe expect those to improve if he comes to Manchester City. He's playing with Erling Haaland. But that doesn't strike me, for my personal opinion, having watched him a few times and having looked at his numbers, doesn't strike me as the real creative player that I think, personally, we should be looking for. And that's, by the way, something that's up for debate. I think we need to go out there and get a real creative player, like a Lucas Paqueta. Someone who creates. Some of you guys, and it's totally fine if you do, might disagree and feel that we need maybe a more all-rounded player. And that's fine if you do. I just think that you've lost Gundogan, who scores goals, right? And at the moment, the replacement is Kovacic, who doesn't score goals or create assists. Kevin De Bruyne is also injured until 2024. And Bernardo Silva doesn't really create goals or assists either in the centre mid position. So you got for me personally, you've only got one player. So that's why I'm really focusing on players that can create, score, and get assists. A couple of you guys are putting Musiala in the chat. Listen, it's not going to happen, man. I just don't think it's going to happen. I just don't think you're going to get him, to be honest with you. That's why I'm not even going to look at his numbers, because you're just not going to get him out of Bayern Munich, are you? I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Why would he leave Bayern? He's German. He plays week in, week out. He's on a good trajectory. I just do not see that happening, in my opinion, at all. A couple of people are talking about Thiago Almada now. City were linked with this guy. Before he moved to the MLS. He plays for Atlanta United, which actually Johnny Lara supports in the stream. City were linked with Thiago Almada before he made that move. Now, he's 22 years old, contract until 2025, and he's got a Euro value of 20 million. 9 goals, 9 assists, but it's the MLS. I'm not going to do the numbers on the MLS, to be honest with you. Listen, maybe City could look at him, but again, you've got to ask yourself the question, Are they going to sign Thiago Almada from the MLS to come in and play week in, week out football, which he might have to do because Kevin De Bruyne's injured? I just don't see it. I think we're looking, if you look at who we've been linked with Jude Bellingham. We've been linked with Declan Rice. We've been linked with Lucas Paqueta. I just don't see us going for someone like Thiago Almada from the MLS. And if that's disrespectful to the league, then I'm sorry, maybe it is. I just don't see us dropping from, okay, I know Jude Bellingham's not Prem proven, but he's Champions League proven, he's Bundesliga proven. Declan Rice is Premier League proven and international level proven. And Lucas Paqueta is international level proven and Prem proven. I just don't see us going from, we're in that bracket. We're in that bracket. So, I don't know, man. I honestly don't know what we're going to do. I don't know what we're going to do. Now, listen, obviously, the news that's coming out says that maybe the deal is not dead. According to this, there's still a 10% chance that a deal might happen. But let's be honest. There's no smoke without fire. Something has happened behind the scenes. Will anything happen? I don't know. What has happened, man? What has happened behind the scenes? Because I don't want to deep it too much because you just don't really know. You just don't really know. We got some more news here. Bit of breaking news. For the people that wanted Dani Olmo, not happening. Reported transfer target, Dani Olmo will not leave Leipzig this summer. They've already sold Szoboszlai. They sold Gvardiol. There's no chance they're going to sell him as well. There's no chance they're going to sell Dani Olmo. So Dani Olmo off. Okay, so according to this, reluctant Nico, who to be fair is a decent source, you know, Alan Nixon, he is now saying that Manchester City are hurriedly looking for alternatives to Lucas Paqueta this summer. Let's have a look at the poll, by the way, on the Lucas Barella. Guys, if you've not voted on the Lucas Barella poll, get your votes in. 400 people in the stream. Guys, by the way, make sure you drop a like on the stream and make sure you are subscribed to the channel as well. If you're new, trying to get to 6K, make sure you subscribe. Right, the poll, 200 votes in there. 75% of you guys you would take or you want Barella at Man City. 25% of people don't want him. Oh, man. Crazy situation. Mohammed says, without two signings, don't see us winning anything. Well, to be honest, Mohammed, I do think we're going to get Doku. I think Doku is going to be done. Doku, well, I say that. I thought Paqueta was going to be done. I thought Paqueta was a done deal. Now it's off. So, look, I do think we'll get Doku in. And I think City need to get Doku in quick just to sort of give them a little bit of breathing room. Then they've got 2 weeks. Say we get Doku in tomorrow, right? Say City sign Doku tomorrow. They can chill then. They can relax. Well, not chill, but they've got 2 weeks then to focus on this midfield thing. If you don't get Doku in, the next 2 weeks, you got to do Doku, you got to do another one. So for me, I just think that get the Doku deal done and it gives you a little bit of breathing room. Benno says, what a fucking mess this is. We need bodies in. 100%, mate. 100%. We need players in. Mohamed Kudus. Okay. Let me check him. Let me check him out. You know, you guys know about my thing though, don't you, with Eredivisie players? I have an agenda. I have an agenda against not against Mohamed Kudus, against the Eredivisie. Probably unfair, but it is just what it is. Right, he's got contract until 2025. I think he's available for around 45 million quid. 23 years old. Let's have a look at his stats for last season. He's already scored 1 goal this year in his only game. 18 goals, 7 assists. So more of a goal scorer than a creator. But they're good numbers. In fact, they're excellent numbers. That's a goal or an assist every 107 minutes. But I just don't think he's the type of profile we're looking for. And I just have a thing against Eredivisie. I really do. Maybe it's irrational. Possibly is. Maybe it's silly. Possibly is. I just don't rate it as a league. I really don't. I think you've got to be really, really careful when you're buying Eredivisie players. I'm not saying every single one stinks up the gaff. They don't. But there's a lot of flops that come from that league. There's more flops that come from that league to the Premier League than there is hits. Put it that way. 100%. 100%. So I just have a thing about it, man. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know what we're going to do. Who else is there? This is what I'm saying. There's a talent drain. There is a serious, serious talent drain in football. I don't know who we're going to get. I don't even know who we're going to get. Should we do best Premier League attackers? Best attacking midfielders in the Prem. Yeah, should we just do Prem? Should we just see who's in the Premier League? Just see if there's anyone in the Prem that we could get, yeah? Okay, right, let's have a look. Right. Kevin De Bruyne, mint. Odegaard, never happening. Bruno Fernandes, don't want him. McAllister, gone. Maddison, gone. Hummingson, winger. Trossard, I class him more as a winger. Mount, gone. Rodrigo, no. Lucas Paqueta, not happening. Mint. What the hell, man? There's another website, maybe? No. I don't know, man. Ryan Cherky, Leon, can play right wing, attacking midfielder, very creative. Doesn't he play the majority of his game no right wing, bro? I think is he not more of a right winger than a midfielder, Cherky? I'm sure he's more of a right winger, bro. Right, let's have a look at his stats anyway. Right, 30 million transfer market value, 25 contract. Right, just check his numbers, bro. Oh no, yeah, actually he does play more. He actually does play more games as attacking midfielder than right winger. So very versatile. Look at his numbers on the right-hand side here. Very versatile. Left wing, right wing, attacking midfielder. Okay, let's have a look at his position. Let's sort by position, attacking midfielder. Let's do the numbers there. 15 goals, 8 assists in 3,000 numbers. In 3,000 numbers, in 3,000 minutes. They're decent numbers. 3039 divided by 23. Goal or an assist every 132. 132 minutes per goal or an assist. They're decent numbers. They are decent numbers, to be fair. But what? Who knows? Maybe he's an option. Maybe he was an option. Tommy tweet alert. Tommy tweet alert. What is the Tommy tweet? What is the Tommy tweet? Oh, fucking hell, West Ham, man. Check this. West Ham had moved the goalpost 2 days ago, unbeknown to me, which is him, Tommy, and those sharing information with me. City felt they had common ground and a deal would be completed before today, but Irons wanted the full 85 million and Palmer. Fairs. That is completely fair, to be honest. This is why I said it right at the start of the stream. I'm not going to go 6 straight away at the board because you don't know what's happened. Now, if this is true, completely understand why we've walked away. There's absolutely no scenario where you can pay £85 million and Cole Palmer. No scenario. No scenario. So, there we go. Disappointing. Dave Soul says Hakan Çalhanoğlu, Inter Milan with a 2. I'll check his stats out in a minute, Dave. Appreciate the donation, bro. An Assassin Gamer with the 5. Let's have a look at this Çalhanoğlu guy. Keep your comments coming in. Assassin Gamer says, shit, my message didn't send. I meant to type check Kolo Muani. Isn't he like 100 million quid though, bro? Isn't he like 100 million quid? Let's have a look at Çalhanoğlu, man. Hakan Çalhanoğlu. Here we go. It's 29, bro. I don't see us going for him. Nah, I just don't see it. I don't see us going for him, bro. He's 29 years. I just don't think he's the type of player that we're looking for. I think we're looking for a player that we can grow and develop a little bit. Not too young, but someone that we can grow and develop. Listen, his stats are decent, bro. His stats are decent. 3.502. Oh, shit. 3.502 divided by 12. Yeah, nah, bro. We ain't going to get him. We ain't going to get him, Dave. And big up Assassin Gamer. Kolo Mawani. Is he an attacking mid, though? Is he an attacking mid, Kolo Mawani? I thought he was a striker. I thought he was a striker. Yeah, he's a striker, but I don't think we're going to be looking at him. I think he might have played attacking mid a couple of times, but I think he's more of an attacking player. I think I just don't know, man. Listen, it's going to be crazy. I guess we're going to get a lot of breaking news on this as the... Let's have a look to see if it was Eze. Did we do Eze stats, by the way? Did we do Eze stats? Did we check his stats out, Eze? I can't remember if we checked his stats out. Okay, let's check his stats out. Unless we've already done it, but I'll do it again. Fuck it. Eze, right. Let's have a look at his numbers from last year. Fuck's sake. I'm moving mad on this. Clicking the buttons too quick. Right, okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure we did check his stats before. Right, 2,685 divided by, 14? It's a goal or an assist every 191. It's not the best numbers in the world. Brandon Holt says if City walked away from the deal, they must have an alternative in mind. Maybe it's too soon for us to panic. Yeah, no, I don't think anyone should be like full panic stations, bro. And this is what I said before. Like, I ain't going to go sick at the board because, in my opinion, like, something must have happened for them to walk away. And if Chalmey's right, they were correct to walk away. There's no way you can pay £85 million plus Cole Palmer. Because Cole Palmer, for me, is 25-30 million. So you're paying like 110 million for Lucas Paqueta? Nah. City were right to walk away if that's true. 100%. The question is now, what do we do? For me, personally, now, I think Gabri Vega, that's a great shout, Mark. Has he made a move yet, Gabri Vega? No, it says here he's still at Celta Vigo. I thought PSG was signing him. Oh, he's just about to sign to Napoli. Oh, it mustn't have gone through yet. Do you reckon we could we hijack the deal? Is it like done? Like, because it still says here he plays for Celta Vigo. So how is it? Is he signed the contract already? Like, what's going on there? It's done. Oh, it's a done deal. Right. So you can't hijack Gabri Vega. Good shout though, Mark. Good shout. I'm just trying to think of players that we could potentially look at. I think it's Florian Wirtz, man. But he's just signed a new contract. It's going to cost dough. It's going to cost cash money. Cash money. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to be cash money for Florian Wirtz, but that's who I'd be going for. That's who I'm going to go for, to be honest with you. Right, okay, going to wrap it up there. If there's any more breaking news, which I'm sure we will get news coming out, then I'll probably get on it. But for that, yeah, I'll probably leave it there for now. Maybe Wirtz could be an option. Danny almost not going to happen, but yeah, we'll see. Right, people, I'll be back later on. Hopefully going to do a opposition fan preview later on. So make sure you join me for that. Should be a good one. But other than that, guys, yeah, make sure you join me later on for the opposition fan preview. If there's any more news on attacking midfielders, I will go live again. But yeah, enjoy the rest of your Friday, and I'll catch you in the next one. See you in a bit, guys.